Alright, it's at Love Clark. I wanted to report on this morning when I looked on here and saw this, but I got kids and I can't read this whole thing. Sometimes you gotta take care of kids first, so that comes first, so sorry for anyone that doesn't realize that, but yeah, I wasn't on it earlier because anyway, 3 stabbed when violence erupts at KKK rally in California. Now, this is not far from me. I'm about 150 miles or so from LA, Anaheim and LA. So anyway, let's see, 3 stabbed when violence erupts at KKK rally. Okay, and we're gonna look at the pictures real quick and read it. What it says on the picture. Alright, so a counter-protester tries to tear off the shirt of a Ku Klux Klanman after members of the KKK tried to start a White Lives Matter rally at Pearson. What an ugly person. At Pearson Park in Anaheim. Sorry, but he was ugly. In Anaheim on Saturday, February 27, 2016. Okay, the event quickly escalated into violence and at least 2 people had to be treated at the scene for stab wounds. Okay. Let's look at the next picture. There's another picture, okay? Ku Klux Klanman left at the left uses an American flag to fend off angry counter-protesters after members of the KKK tried to start a White Lives Matter rally at Pearson Park. It just repeats the same thing. The event quickly escalated into violence and at least 2 people had to be treated at the scene for stab wounds. Wow. Cleveland Brown. Now, counter-protesters taunt an injured Ku Klux Klanman after members of the KKK tried to start a White Lives Matter rally at a park in Anaheim on Saturday, February 27th. Okay. Now, when I back up, doesn't that almost looks like a cop, you know? Looks like a LAPD down, officer down, even that guy back there, and shit like that. And here's the guy I'm questioning. Okay, when you take a photograph, photographers, your main objective is to get what's supposed to be, they're acting like this should be the main part, this should be where the camera is, not on this guy. Who is he? And how come he's like, hold off? And is he like an undercover cop? Or is he like is he controlling these blacks? Or who is he to hold them back? You know, hold them back. And why is he holding them back? Like, and this guy's been, what, stabbed? What the? It looks so weird, man. Just, the whole thing is backwards. Alright, so, I'm going to read the thing off now. Let's get back. And, alright, so I'll read it to you. And it's strange. It's a strange report. It just seems strange to me anyway. The way it's set up, it's hypocrisy. I'm not with the Klan. I'm not against it. I'm just, I'm not trying to speak for them either. I'm just trying to say what's right, in my opinion. And this is a hypocrite thing. Okay? This is all controlled opposition, too, to piss people off and escalate more violence. A counter-protest tries to tear off the shirt of a Ku Klux Klanman after members of KKK okay, we already read that. Tried to start a White Lives Matter rally. Dozens of protesters who heard about a planned Ku Klux Klan rally were waiting by a Southern California park when 6 people pulled up in a black SUV. They were dressed in black shirts decorated with the Ku Klux Klan cross and Confederate flag patches, and took out signs that read, "White Lives Matter." Witness video showed the Klansmen were quickly surrounded Saturday afternoon by the counter-protesters who shouted at them. Someone smashed the SUV's window. One KKK member stabbed a counter-protester with the decorative end of a flagpole, setting off a vicious brawl where 3 people were stabbed, 1 critically, and 2 were assaulted. Okay. 2 were assaulted, huh? "I got stabbed," a man is then heard screaming, lifting his t-shirt to show a wound to his stomach. A fire hydrant where the man briefly sat was covered in blood. One police sergeant saw another Klan member with a knife in his hand and a counter-protester bleeding nearby Anaheim. Police Sergeant Darren Wyatt said. The sergeant took the KKK member into custody. Meanwhile, counter-protesters stomped on 2 KKK members, he said. "All hell broke loose," said Brian Levin, director of California State University, San Bernardino Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism, who witnessed the violence. "I thought they were going to stomp these Klansmen to death." Wyatt said police were present when the violence erupted, but he did not say how many officers were deployed. Anaheim police had notified the public about the planned KKK protest Friday at Pearson Park, about 3 miles from Disneyland, and said they would be monitoring the situation for any violations of law. The department also said that while the group signs and flyers might be provocative, let's see. Sorry guys. Having a hard time finding Sorry, anyway. The department also said while the group's signs and flyers might be provocative, they are protected by the First Amendment. Levin said he did not see any uniformed officers at the park when the violence erupted. He said he tried to get between counter-protesters and Klansmen to help quell the melee until officers were able to reach the scene. "I'm still kind of a little bit shaken by it," he said. Police Chief Raul Casada defended the way his department handled the situation, saying a contingent of officers were dedicated to the KKK rally and counter-protest, and they were able to arrest all the main participants in the clash. "Preventing violent confrontations is always our goal. Unfortunately, the handful of individuals committed to criminal behavior this afternoon caused the violent episode," he said in a statement. Chris Barker, who identified himself as the Imperial Wizard of the Loyal Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, said his members were holding a peaceful anti-immigration demonstration and acted in self-defense. "If we're attacked, we will attack back," said Barker, who did not attend the rally and spoke by phone from North Carolina. The organization lists Pelham, North Carolina as its headquarters. Last year, the group drew headlines when it protested the removal of the Confederate flag from the South Carolina Capitol. 12 people were initially arrested, but 5 were released after investigators reviewed the video of the confrontation, White said. Those taken into custody were 4 Klansmen who were booked for investigation of assault with a deadly weapon, and 3 counter-protesters on suspicion of stomping an elderly Klan member. Police were looking for a counter-protester wanted on suspicion of assault. The critical injured man was upgraded to stable condition. The KKK has a long history in Anaheim. In the 1920s, several Klansmen held elected office in the city, which was overwhelmingly white but now has a majority of Hispanics among its roughly 350,000 residents. In January 2015, packets containing flyers condemning the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and supporting the Ku Klux Klan were left in the driveways of about 40 homes in Santa Ana and about 8 miles south of Anaheim. The flyers open with the heading, "On Martin Luther King Day, you are celebrating a communist pervert." The bottom of the flyers stated they came from the loyal white knights of the Ku Klux Klan. Nationwide, the number of the active KKK groups increased to 190 in 2015 after falling in 2013 and 2014, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, which tracks hate groups. Giovanni Namdar, 25, who runs an auto body shop near Pearson Park, said he saw people speaking passionately on a stage before the violence broke out. He later saw a swarm of police cars and helicopters flood the area. Namdar said he was stunned to learn about the KKK's presence in his backyard. "It's pretty disturbing," he said. "I didn't know they were around this area." Okay, well, if this guy's white and he said they're disturbing, and they're trying to help out him in the long run in a way most people don't accept, then that's ridiculous. But the point is there's a lot of hypocrisy, and I'm going to do some more comments on this, but I had to read off the information first, so there you have it, people. These guys tried to come out and have, probably really were being peaceful, just wanted to demonstrate, and they didn't like their clothes. They didn't like what they had to say. These guys got some big balls, and they're brave, but, is that brains? But, yeah, you might not have much brains, Okay? But if I was out there, you guys had to know what to expect, what you were going to expect. What you think you were going to have a well reception with these kind of people that live around there? No. And not in communist country of California, which I live in. Just down the road from me, so I can say that shit. Anyway, but I can't say in this position, like this guy, and I was trying to have a peaceful protest, and these people just started surrounding me, I would have fucking smashed the motherfucker pole right through the motherfucker. Okay? Too. So, they should have realized that they got their Black Lives Matter. There's White Life Matters too. All life matters. And this is just hypocrisy, and it's propaganda being used, whether these were real guys or phony or whatever. It's propaganda, and even if they were trying to do a just thing and they were real, it'll be used as propaganda one way or another by the media. So this is definitely something that, and like I said before, this looks like officer down almost. Look, he looks like a cop. I'm not saying he is. But just like kind of the image, it looks like a cop. I don't know. Anyway. It's the end of this, and I'm going to stop filming this right now and let you guys decide what you want to believe about this, okay? But I think kind of pathetic for their so-called movement, and I'm going to comment more on it. But these people, hands off, man, just, you don't like the imagery, so what? They can walk down the street just like you can with your brown pride and your black pride shit and your Black Panthers and all that other shit. And that's all good. And your Black Lives Matter, okay? You don't have to tear other people's shirts, man. Destruction of private property and all that. And infringing on someone's First Amendment, free speech, okay? This is something I want to talk more about that in a minute, okay? This is just nuts. It's fucking crazy, man.